My name is Joyce Wanjiru. I will be the moderator for today, and I will start by introducing myself. Like I have said, I am Joyce Wanjiru. I am a member of KESCA and also a beneficiary of Ladies Empowerment Program and Singing to the Lions. I am also an executive director or a founder of Beyond the Scars CBO, which is a non-profit community-based organization in Kibera, where we focus on women empowerment, capacity building, and sustainable development for livelihoods. Thank you. So I'm going to call in my other panelists to introduce themselves.
So good evening. Munyoki is my name. Peter is my other name, first name. I'm a BSN nurse, hopefully graduating this November. I'm done with my curriculum. Apart from that, I'm a poet. I have a passion in writing. And I'm also working with Valda Technology. They do academic writings. I've been there for the few moments I've been out of the school. And apart from that, I'm passionate about mentorship, and it's my hope to see this world in another mirror.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
So my name is Humphrey Omondi. I'm from Uasin Gishu County. I am the coordinator of KESCA, Uasin Gishu County, the youngest that was recently launched. Apart from that, I'm also the official opposition leader of RVTTI in my school. In addition to that, I'm also an advocate of the youth. I work with several youth organizations in Uasin Gishu County to champion for their rights, plus doing motivation, and so many other things in Uasin Gishu County. It is my pleasure being here today, and I hope by the end of this panel, we will learn, I will learn something from you, and you will learn something from us. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Veronica Achieng. I work in the digital space, and I'm happy to be among the panel here where we will share our experience in the digital space and the impacts that it brings in our lives as youths.
Yeah, so karibuni sana. And I'm going to start by basically talking about today. Today we are celebrating International Youth Day, and the theme is from clicks to progress. And basically, we are doing youth digital pathway for sustainable development. So I'd like to know, as KESCA members, how do you feel about today? Why is this day important to you as young people?
As we celebrate the International Youth Day, the most important thing is that we have to acknowledge we have the effort, the strength to be a youth, and that means a lot in terms of responsibility. We're also doing clicks to progress. This means we are able to accept the progress we have been from since we say from millennium, now we are in Gen Z generation, going on to Alpha, and it's good to take leverage of this technology that we've been having for an advantage that we can use.
Thank you. I personally, today is a very special day because apart from us celebrating International Youth Day, there's a time that we need to recognize the effort of each and every youth, regardless of who you are, regardless of your social background, and also appreciate the work of the youths in the internet or in the digital sector. So as we celebrate this day, I want us to come together to celebrate the work of each and every individual regardless of where they're coming from, and also to motivate others that indeed there is hope and digital is where we are going, because nowadays you realize that everything is digital. Where we are is digital. Today, we have become a village. So therefore, I want to say that this is a great day to celebrate our day, to celebrate the youths that have excelled in this in the field of digital, and also to celebrate other youths, especially the young caregivers who have excelled in the field of digital communication. Thank you.
So the main reason why I've been eagerly waiting for this day is, first of all, I'm glad for the opportunities and the opportunities that the youth get in the digital space.
Thank you. So the Youth Day is very important because it brings us to recognize the impact of young people in the society, especially in matters of peace and democracy and also sustainable development. So it is important that we realize that there is nothing for the youth without the youth, and that said, when we are here as young people, we need to appreciate everyone's effort and contribution to enhance and to ensure that this day is a success. So I'd like to hear from the panelists, from your personal experience as caregivers, how has it been? What impact do you feel the media has really brought to your life in your different areas of career?
Okay, first of all, I've been venturing in the media space for a while. I actually started in 2022. That was after I finished my high school. So I had that passion and that eagerness of joining my further learning. But due to some circumstances, I did not. So I decided that ever since I was young, I wanted to venture into the digital space. And I always wanted to become a journalist. So I wanted to create a platform where I could explore my talent, even though I did not have that opportunity to join school and study it. So through some support from few friends, I managed to open an account. That is, I deal mostly with Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And I used to concentrate mostly on TikTok. But when I started in TikTok, I had a certain audience who used to push me. They said that I had a lot of talent out there, that I should open a YouTube account. But I was reluctant because I didn't have that much content. I was shortage of content. But early this year, I opened a YouTube account, and the same year, just 4 months after opening the account, I got monetized.
Wow.
And I've managed to have some funds, even though it's not that much, but I can sustain myself with it.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Yes, Humphrey?
Yeah, I personally, the media has really helped me considering where I've come from. And when I look at my background, I sat down and asked myself that how many young people outside there that went through, I was going through, and how best will we reach them. So it was until I came about the Ajira Digital, I'm a beneficiary, that I went to some short courses training, and I decided to share what I had learned with my fellow youth, especially the young caregivers. As we speak, in Uasin Gishu County, the number that we have actually monitored and sensitized about the digital space up to now is around 150.
Wow.
So we normally create forums like on Saturdays, because Monday to Friday is a work day. I'm busy, and some of them goes to school. So we create platforms or like a baraza, and then we discuss about our digital. We educate them how can you earn through digital, because when Corona, the outbreak of Corona, if all of us can remember, so many people were fired. But this is a time whereby so many people started to embrace digital, especially the media. They realized that actually there are some things that you will do at your doorstep. Yeah. It never requires you to go outside there and do it physically. That's the time whereby we had so many projects coming up. Some of us developed some apps that actually, I saw there's this app that was so amazing. But I don't know, he was a barber. So he had an app that people will go and call him to come and shave him, or even if doing kushuka watu. And kuja mpaka kwa nyumba. So that alone helped me. And I realized that indeed media media creates a lot of employment and a lot of opportunity for young people. And that's the reason why we decided to do sensitization across with the little knowledge that I had and the experience that I have through this digital space to create sensitization. And we are very hopeful that maybe by the end of November, that is, we want to reach at least 300 people, and amazingly, some of them are earning through Toloka,
Wow.
Upwork account, and several other platforms in the digital space. And that's my happiness, because all of us cannot access these jobs that are there in the public service. We are so many, and therefore we need to use what we have to create employment and to, employ ourselves, rather than having that mindset that we are wired only to think that we need to be employed. That notion, we need to do away with it, so as to have a better Kenya, for us to grow our economy, and for us to reduce the rate of unemployment in our nation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Humphrey. Yes, Peter?
Yeah, I will be answering the question about the impact of media in my career. Allow me to get a bit emotional and take you back to where it began. I'll be very brief about it.
Okay.
The virtue of us being in a children's home, it limits you from a lot of opportunities, and one of them, we're not allowed to have smartphones in the children's home. So until high school life, it's when I first touched my computer while I'm doing my computer studies. And after that, I developed a very huge passion in computer and technology, which now leads me to where I am. Before I could do poems, write poems, and just have them in my books, before I knew that I could actually do a recording of my poem, post on my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Munyoki the Poet. And from there, it opened my eyes, and I saw I really can do a lot with technology. I went into media and projection. I did projection for Daystar for a while. And what I would tell young people, as Steve Jobs says, one of the co-founder of Apple Technology, that technology is an art of making the invisible visible. So this means whatever you're thinking through in your mind, we have the avenue of this technology and how you can manipulate it to suit to your career. Just now we talk. Tomorrow I'll be doing a mentorship on career development in my church. One of the things I'm going to tackle there is about online works. And through this, most of the times I earn. People approach me for coaching and other mentorship things through this technology and media.
Wow, that's really wonderful. So I would also say the media, or rather the digital space, has really enabled myself and my organization to really thrive outside and also get partnership and collaboration. Reason being, as a young organization, they are already established organizations that are sustainable. And so if, for example, we hold an event and you're able to share some photos, or rather some subject, and you tag some specific people in that forum, you are able to get support and also exposure. So personally, I would also say that the digital space is there, but you have to take the personal responsibility to do what is right, to occupy the space. And like one of the speakers has said, just realize what can you do and what you can do. Are you in a position, have you positioned yourself to thrive in that space? So I really appreciate the impact that these people have made in their special careers. And one thing I'd like to know is, as KESCA people, or rather the people that have been integrated to the community from your different CCIs, what are some of the barriers or the challenges that you face even in your different careers when it comes to digital pathways? Yes, Humphrey?
Before you continue, before I chip into that question, I would also like to say that I have a project that I'm working on apparently. This is a project that I've been writing for now is 3 years. It is a new biometric technology known as Humphrey code. And I think that by the time I'll be done, I will share it with, I saw that gentleman from Ajira to help me square it, because this idea, I came up with it after the 2017 scandal, what happened to Musando. So I introduced something known as Humphrey code, heart feelings computer detector. So I'm still working on it, doing research, and you'll allow me not to tell you how it works, but once I'm done, I'll tell you how it works. So to chip in into your question, the challenges that actually we have had, especially number one is finance. You realize that some, maybe for you to, for example, I was interacting with one of my fellows, and he was telling me that for him to produce quality video, there's that he has financial challenges. So apart from that, we also have an equal distribution of devices and networks, because remember that some of us are coming from local areas, and some of us also can't access, these smartphones. Yeah, as much as they're affordable, but believe me that some of us cannot access it. For example, let me take you to Turkana. How will that fellow from there access maybe the network? You cannot compare that person to the person living in the CBD or living in town. Those are two different people. Another challenge that we have also is cybersecurity. Like just recently, few months ago, my Facebook account was hacked, and some people posted, some funny videos and photos. So I decided to delete my account totally. Yeah, because actually, how will I retrieve it? Because it was so shameful for me actually. So I decided to delete it, permanently. So those are some of the main challenges, especially cybersecurity. We have people that are very ready, because remember, as time goes by, the skills that people acquire in this field continue increasing. So then, no matter how hard your password might be, some people will still find ways to intrude and hack your account. So those are some of the major challenges that we are facing, and I believe that we are facing in this digital space in my side.
Thank you, Veronica. Some of the challenges that we face or barriers when it comes to digital pathways for sustainable development.
Okay, I'll share the challenges that I received when I started venturing into the social media platforms.
Okay.
So the first challenge that I had an issue with my phone. I was, at that time, nilikuwa natumia the itel, ile yenye iko na 1 GB. So you start doing your video, ikifika katikati, the video imekatika, and haijajisave. So I had a lot of challenge with that, but as I said, I built a certain audience in TikTok. I started going live, and a certain members of TikTok contributed for me, and I bought a phone.
Wow.
Yeah, so that challenge, it disappeared. Then what I do online, I had a story to tell. So I wanted to create that platform where I could have a lot of youths who are ready and willing to share their stories, the challenges they underwent, and how they see themselves in the near future. So I did not have the equipment. That was the microphone and the camera. But at least for the camera, I have a friend who usually lend me the camera, then I use it. Then the microphone, I used to use a phone. But again, the audience from TikTok, walinisaidia, and I bought a microphone.
You have very generous audience.
Yeah, so I bought a microphone, and saizi I'm not experiencing much challenges because I have everything.
Wow.
So the only thing that is remaining is for me to keep building that brand, because when I do for you your life story, you expect it, nikenda ni post, like it has a lot of views. So that is one challenge, because I remember doing one life story, and like the person was like, nimejifungua nikakuonyesha everything, and my video ilikuja ikapata like less than 100 views. So that is one thing that I'm working on.
Okay, that's amazing. Yes, Peter?
Yeah, I will tackle one of the challenges that I faced in this field. One of them being exposure. You bear me witness that most of the people there have the ability and capability to do great things, but because they don't have this capacity of knowing that they can really do this, it's a challenge. Like what the speaker said from Ajira, that maybe Joel would be doing very well in MC here, but it's only us who see Joel as MC. Him himself doesn't know whether he is a good MC. So if Joel doesn't get this opportunity and we notice him, then it's very hard for him to know, yes, I can do this. The other thing is that you need kujipiga moyo, like what also he said I got a lot from Ajira, where aliulizwa, do you know, can you make these graphics? Say, yes, go learn how to do it and do it. So exposure has been one of the highest problem. The other problem is environment. Like I'm saying, I had a very big passion while I was in high school, and that's why I did computer studies. But now back in the children's home, believe me, that after the boarding school, you still go there as your home, and they are saying that you're not required to use smartphone in this home, so you can't really get the environment to support whatever you're passionate about. One time I went, after knowing that I can publish my poem in my YouTube channel, I went to one of the studio and I wanted to record a poem. It was called The Street Kingdom. When I was there, this guy told me that to do an audio itself, just an audio, it will cost me 15,000. And then now that's an audio. You cannot post an audio in YouTube. You need like maybe lyrics or a video. Now making the video depending on where I want to make it, just standing on a mic, doing a video, and the editing itself, aliniambia at my level, I'll only charge you 20K. I did a small calculation. The audio itself, 15K, the video, 20K, merge the two, it's about 30-something K for me to have just a video. Mind you, I'm not doing this video to earn money, because now even if you do that video, you'll still need to do more and more and more until you reach a level where you can sustain yourself with poetry. So for mine, it was a passion to speak to the world, tell them what I think about the street, tell them what I think about what really matters and whatever I'm going through, and maybe lifting a hand. So it's more of charity work that maybe pays later, and then you're telling me I need 35K to do that. From I'm just a boy from children's home, and I'm trying to lift myself. Then through exposure of friends who are in campus and who are doing other things, I came to understand that I don't even need to go to a studio to make my views known to the world. Actually, I can use a phone, do very good videos, very good audios, and finally publish, and my views will be listened to. So I did a small budget of buying a phone. I bought a good phone with a camera, and I did my first video, and from there I never went back again. I went to apps like InShot. After video, I would edit my videos myself, and that's why you'll find most of my videos in the YouTube channel ziko na logo InShot hapo, because I couldn't pay for the premium. And from then, I've been called to a lot of events, perform my poems, speak one word or two, and from that at least I get a coin to pay my rent sometimes. I don't have really to rely on nursing to give me something to put in my pocket, so I really have a diverged way. So those were challenges and how I faced them and how I had solutions.
I think something that is unique about these panelists is, yes, they have had challenges, but they also have solution to the challenges, and that is a very good mechanism, you know, a mechanism of survival. And you don't dwell on the challenges. You get the challenges, but you fight them and you win, and you thrive in your different capacities. So it's very clear that some of the challenges when it comes to income, resistance to change, the technology, I mean, there are so many types of technologies nowadays, and so these are some of the things that affect us. And also digital illiteracy, you know, like you're talking about capacity building. I think some of the communities have not yet recognized the impact that the digital pathway can do for them, and so they take it as a joke. Juu unaweza ambia mzazi mwingine, maybe you are doing content creation as a way of living, and they take it as a joke. They don't think you can really earn a living out of it. Yeah, so I would like to know the second last question. How do you think KESCA and other grassroots or rather stakeholders like the government, the non-governmental organization can come together and spearhead or rather support the KESCA people in this digital space to enhance it and even make it better?
So first of all, KESCA is already doing something through this, the podcast. So through the podcast, a lot of caregivers will have that platform to raise their voices and to come up with solutions on how they can venture into social media platforms. Then another thing, they can hook them up with some mentors, who can mentor them on this lineage, and yeah, I think that's all.
Thank you. Yes, Humphrey?
I personally, I think that what my friend has said is true, but we as caregiver, we know that we have one problem. As at certain level, education is no longer our right. It becomes a privilege. When you find somebody taking you to college, that's a very privilege that we need to enjoy. Not all of us are privileged in joining, or some of the people that we're living in supporting us up to the university level. So number one, I think that we have a platform, a Jira digital platform. Let us embrace that platform. Let us educate our young people. Let us create awareness, both in the grassroots level and everywhere at the grassroots level, to at least tell them that yes, indeed, you reach Form 4, but there is an online platform that offers free education. In addition to that, there is a lot of ignorance. So many people don't know, because I'm very sure that yes, today we are here, but it's very unfortunate that even in our era, some of us still don't understand what Jira digital is. So that's a great challenge. So I think KESCA is doing a commendable job. As we speak, in Uasin Gishu County, there was this organization known as JSUIT. They were conducting a training, free training, actually identifying talents for these young caregivers. And as we speak, I think they'll be having a competition that whoever will win, I think they will compete countrywide, then taken somewhere vacation, maybe to Tanzania. So that's the way to go. They need motivation. We need to show them that despite the fact that you are a caregiver or you are from institution, that's not your limit. Despite the fact that you are not connected, that can't guarantee you that you will not succeed. If you fail to succeed, it's upon you and you have no one to blame. In addition to that, KESCA is always creating networking. Whenever we are sitting here, there's a network. Why? Because they invited the Jira Digital, they pulled from the NYS, and at least to make that now sensitization, telling people that these opportunities are available through online. So it is only us to wake up and go for those opportunities. The problem with us is we always look at where we can actually benefit. Unauliza kwanza hapo kuna pesa. Because when mtu akikuta training, wanauliza hapo kuna allowance. You see, that kind of mentality. But by the time we start realizing that these things are beneficial, that allowance of 1,000 shillings or 500 shillings will get, that education alone will provide you something that will benefit with for a lifetime. So I think the government also should chip in and try to, as much as possible, to make sure that these we have Wi-Fi installation, these networks are reachable in all areas across Kenya, including those in rural areas, so that at least we can have a balanced society for each and every one of us to progress. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Humphrey. Yes, Peter?
I will echo a point that was said here, and it came out like a joke. that when you specialize 10% in a lot of things, you end up becoming a scammer. So I will direct this to KESCA and say that we've done a lot and you're really doing good work. And I will bring up this point that I think if I found this connection earlier, it would have been a stepping stone to where I am, and maybe I would be far from here. There's something we call direct mentorship, where you have a platform, people can approach you on a direct basis, like I'm so-and-so, I want to do this, is there advice, connection, or something that can be of an assistant? Maybe I'm a spoken word artist, I've just done this piece, maybe there's a platform where you can upload your piece, then KESCA sees and helps in supporting and giving connection, not necessarily monetary or resources, but that network of telling you, yes, we know of so-and-so, we know so-and-so company that supports new musicians, new what, just a push-up of a word of advice, and it happens. The other thing is that it's still doing the direct mentorship, I would say, what made me venture into technology even when I could not afford the technology was the passion. I was saving under a very passionate goal of having a phone that can do content creation. I also was saving very passionate of having a laptop that can help design Canva posters. I'd learn about Canva on the YouTube channel, and I think if maybe I had a platform where I can approach maybe a specific organization and tell them I'm passionate about this, is there a way I can get a connection or something that you think would have served better? If KESCA can come up with a platform like that one, it will be very grateful.
Thank you. So what is outstanding is that KESCA is really a space where there is collaboration, there is partnership, there is mentorship, there is space. And what I see in the digital spaces is when there is an opportunity that arises, the posts that are made, especially on our WhatsApp page, it's free to access. But sometimes even the people that are moderators of the group ask, why hasn't people registered for these opportunities? Some are job opportunities, some are educational courses that are technical courses. So it's our individual responsibility to reach out to these opportunities and ensure that we thrive in the opportunities that KESCA is really bringing on board for us. And finally, I would like to get your parting shot.
Okay, if I say keep pushing, that is too common because these people have already built their brands. When you ask them, what have you been doing? And you may find you kafika hapo, they'll always tell you, keep pushing and put God first. So I'll advise my fellow KESCA members, find something great that you really love and you'll never have to work another day of your life. That is from Lord Hastings. And I would like to advise you that when you venture into the digital space, there are a lot of challenges, but if you are persistent and you just find your area where you can do something great, you'll always make it out there.
For me, is let us always take that negativity to be as an opportunity. Remember that we have doctors because people normally get sick. We have lawyers because there are some people that normally are arrested, but they have no one to arrest them. We have teachers simply because there are some of us that acquire knowledge. So each and every negativity has a very good advantage side of it. Let us not dwell on the negativity part of things, but let us be positive in everything that we do. Remember that today is all about competition. You'll never sit at a doorstep and an opportunity knocks at a doorstep. Until you get out there, until you wake up and look for it, that's the time you will succeed. I want to ask you, today where you are sitting, some years ago you had your classmates, you had people that you are working with, but today you can see a difference. Some of them maybe are not there, some of them are older than you, some of them are doing well in life, you are still remaining. And if you ask them, how did you succeed? They will tell you it is a story for another day. It is you to use what you have for you to succeed. Don't wait for great opportunities. Use that little one that you have for you to excel in life.
Yes, Peter.
So I will part short with these 3 quotes. 2 of them are from people who have inspired my life, and 1 is from me. And I will start with Benihino Lubengo, the founder of I Speak Society. In one of the conventional speaking, he said this in a paraphrased way, that the problem has not been you dreaming. The challenge has been you waking up to chase your dream. The other quote is from one of the famous writer called Miles Monroe in his book Understanding Your Potential. He says that in this world there are 3 kind of people. There are people who make things happen. These are the billionaires of this world. Number 2, these are the people who see things happening. They're just aware that there was this and so and this and this. And then there's people number 3. These are people who have no notion of whatever is happening. And these people just wakes up one day and realizes that Honorable President William Ruto dissolved the cabinet, and they never knew whether there was a cabinet. So they have no notion of whatever is happening. So I ask you, which kind of people do you want to represent? And with me, I will say this, that for me, every day is a championship day. It doesn't matter whether I lose or gain. What matters is that I complete my race at my own pace. So stop looking at where your friends are. Probably there are people we were with them in primary, and by their looks, what social media says, what their friends say, they are very high, in a very high position than I. And if I compare myself to them, I lose my valuability. There's this one thing that I'm unique in, and if I compare myself with them, I lose the uniqueness in me. So just compete your race, be your own master, and you will win.
Thank you very much. So I will also close with, for sustainable development, we need 5 P's. We need people, and we are the people. We need a planet, so we must conserve our environment. We need prosperity, so we must see the opportunities that are there. We also need peace, so we must reduce injustice in our communities. And finally, we need partnership through collaboration. Thank you very much. It has been a great session, and we hope moving forward that as young people, we represent the KESCA in the different spaces, and we are not vulnerable just because we've been in charitable institutions. These people are unique. They are thriving in their different spaces, and I'm so happy to know that you can have great content and people can follow you because of your originality and how authentic you are. Yeah, so that has been my time. Your moderator, Joyce Wanjiru. And until next time, we say adios. Thank you.